Hey, good morning everybody. It is a sunny, brisk morning in October. We are starting a brand new project, something I've been super excited about all season. This started over a year ago, like so many of our projects, but this one I'm excited about because it's a young family. Meredith actually used to work for Aquascape, but way back in the day. Since then, she's had 4 kids, and this is to be kind of their dream home, dream backyard, and it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to show you what we're gonna do. We are going to build a pondless waterfall.
The easiest way to learn something is to teach it.
We are rocking and rolling on this pond.
We appreciate you guys tuning in. All right, so I'm standing in the backyard. Things have been demoed. Paver guys came in and demoed a bunch of stuff. So you can see there used to be an old fire pit kind of in this area. There were some walkways and stuff that went that way off the deck, even a little area off the back of the house over there. What we're gonna do is build an awesome waterfall facing, like always, towards the house this way. It's gonna drop into a shallow little pool, really kind of fun for the kids. I'm thinking like 10 to 12 inches deep, some really cool big flat rocks that the kids can kind of play in, jump in. Just off of that, there's going to be a bridge. I need a bridge right here because I need a way to come from this area and from that area over there, kind of come through a pathway, cross over the stream and come down to their new sunken fire pit over in here. This is going to lead from here over to the stairs over in there, where we'll get a waterfall and then get into a pond that sits right adjacent next to this fire pit area in here. The fun part of the design was really trying to figure out the sight lines from inside the house. This is his office up there. A finished basement here, and then we have this deck that they hang out on a lot too. I want the waterfall visible from the deck. I want the waterfall visible from his office. And then when we're sitting in the fire pit, I really wanted a waterfall right here that'll drop down and be visible from the fire pit area in here. The other things they've got going on is they're going to develop this space over in here, and they're going to do like an outdoor kitchen and pizza oven and all that fun stuff. Definitely their dream backyard, dream house, and a place their young family continue to grow and enjoy. So I can't wait to see this whole thing finished and how the whole family is going to use it. Hopefully the weather participates with us and we can make this thing look incredible. All right, so today's goals. First thing we got to do is move this 3,000 pound rock, and there's no possible way our machine is picking that thing up. So we're gonna have to just kind of roll that thing out of here. I think I'm gonna take it and actually put it over in here. You can see the difference in the grade change here from where the fire pit's gonna sit up into this space. And so I want the water level to sit as close to the fire pit as possible, which means the topography then over there still stays high because I got to keep the deck and everything where it's at, but I need some retaining wall stuff that's going to sit on the back. So I'm thinking like over in here, that's going to look really nice with the vinca and everything growing around it. The other place I could use it if I wanted to would be on the outskirts of our fire pit here. Because I've got a waterfall that's going to be that high, I've got soil that's going to come in, and I've got to retain all of this right in here, which is going to exaggerate this sunken fire pit feel in here. So I got to get that out. Then we need to dig. So today's goal is really to dig the pond. It's roughly 11 by 16, 11 by 18, somewhere in there. Dig the pond, get things moved, get plants out of here. This little veggie garden kit that they got needs to get disassembled. And we're gonna disassemble that, reuse it somewhere else. And then we're gonna build them a nicer veggie garden kind of off the back side here that backs up the berm from our waterfall. So it'll be done out of some timbers and some other stuff, and that'll look incredible. So let's start digging. It's huge. I don't know, should we try to get it over there in that retaining wall, or do you like it here?
I don't know. I mean, we could use it as a seat rock.
God, it's awesome. The problem is it doesn't match any of the other rock we're using. So it would be this one big granite chunk and then all of our moss rock. So I think aesthetically it needs to sit right in here.
so we are making some decent progress for today. It was a little hectic this morning. We finished up a job mid-morning, and then we were out here around lunchtime. So this is what we have pretty much since lunchtime, which I'd say we're doing pretty good. Jack, what would you say on how we're doing on progress?
We are cruising on this one. Already got the biofall set, their existing planter ripped out, preserved some of their plants. So yeah, for a busy morning and just commute back, I think we made great progress. Awesome shape so far. Really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, so as Brian said earlier in the video, this is pretty much where the pond's gonna go. It's kind of cool and unique because we have a lot of elevations to deal with right now. So it's gonna be a lot of tedious work kind of dealing with all those elevations, because right where the machine is sitting right here, this is where the patio is gonna go, which is the good thing because we can dictate our water line off of wherever we want it to be. So we're gonna base it off of where the sand's at right now, 2 to 3 inches higher than that. That's gonna be our final patio height for this area. But you guys aren't gonna be able to tell, but from this point here all the way to over there is probably a good foot to maybe 14 inches of grade change that we have to play with. So over here, this area here is only 8 inches deep of water, but if you come over here, that's a good 2 feet from the bottom of our excavation to the top of right over here. So we're gonna have to bring in some big boulders just to retain back some of that soil. Off of this, you would think the pond's 2 feet deep, but in reality, it's only gonna be 8 inches deep of water in this area. But as you come to where I was standing, in this area, it's gonna be down to our 30-inch depth. That's gonna be all along here. As our signature piece in our water features that we've been doing all season long is we're gonna do another unilock wall inside the pond, which is gonna go against this part of the pond here, which is gonna look awesome because the patio is gonna cantilever over the pond, and it's gonna look like the patio took a chunk out of the pond, or the pond took a chunk out of the patio. There we go. So it's gonna look awesome. Skimmer is gonna sit somewhere in this area here, and we're only gonna be here for probably another half hour or so. So we're gonna kind of clean things up. We got everything staged earlier, and then tomorrow we're gonna hit the ground running, excavate this pond, get our fabric and liner in, and fabric tomorrow. So yeah, so stay tuned for what we have left. Well guys, Moose is here from Illinois Brick. We just got our first delivery of stone. He has 3 more pallets out on the truck, and then we have the rest of them sent out on the driveway. So things are happening.
Well, if this is the biggest challenge of the whole project, we should be in good shape. We've gotten a root stuck in between the teeth of the bucket here. The guys have been picking at it now for a good 3 to 5 minutes. Hey! We can handle anything.
Yep.
Pond's looking good. Excavation is coming in. You see these 2 shelves here and here? Those are actually way above water level, but the reason we put them in is I was terrified of what it would look like to be stacking rock from there all the way up to there along this entire thing. So we had to create some terraces just to break it up. It would look ridiculous. It would be like the Great Wall of China on the back side of the pond. And even now, I'm still a little nervous on how we're gonna break that up so it all looks really nice and natural. But that's gonna be the fun part. So we've got 1 more layer to dig down there. You see we started roughing that in. That's gonna go down about 10, 12 inches, giving us a final depth just over 2 feet deep. The skimmer box is gonna go there. Then we can get fabric, liner, fabric. You know the routine. All right, Bri, that's enough. Get back to digging.
A little update for you guys. I know earlier the last thing that we filmed was us pulling out the U's sitting back behind the machine, but we got a little bit of work done today. As you guys can tell, we got our pond excavated, so this is ready to go for fabric, liner, and more fabric tomorrow. Brian got our stream excavated all up top, so we just got a little bit of fine tuning up there, but we have to wait until we get kind of our elevation set inside the pond to kind of dictate where we want our waterfalls to be at. Tomorrow we're gonna have the entire crew out here, so we're gonna be able to get a lot of hands on deck with this build. So it's end of day 2 on this job. Kind of going a little bit slower than we thought it was gonna be. be, but it's all in the detail work, and that's exactly what we want it to be on this project, especially how cool this is turning out. Berm is turning out great. We have a lot of dirt to play with in this area, so it's gonna look awesome having a super cool sunken feeling. I know I'm 5'6", and literally that berm probably comes up a good 4.5 feet, so I'm really looking forward to this entire area. Seeing the waterfall, which is right there, and then coming down a few steps into the sunken patio that you guys cannot see because our big machine is sitting right in the middle of where the fire pit and patio is gonna sit. So here's a quick overview of what the pond looks like. But yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow, and you guys will see in the time lapse what we have in store for tomorrow. Hopefully we're gonna get fabric liner and fabric, like I said earlier, in, and then we're gonna be able to try to get all the big rocks set inside the pond, skimmer secured under the liner, and then our wall done. So hopefully with the amount of guys that we have, we'll be able to get that done. I don't think it's gonna be a problem, and tomorrow will be a fun day. Tomorrow is Friday for us, so it's gonna be a great day, and then hopefully we could set a nice pace mark for next week so we get out here on Monday and we can continue on and plow through this feature. So hopefully you guys like this, and I know I like this, so please stay tuned.